Hi guys, we are the group 2 and the movie that we are going to present is entitled Suffragette.
Women should not exercise judgment in political affairs.
If we allow women to vote, it will mean the loss of social structure.
Vote for women! Fight for women! Vote for women!
Arms up.
You work at the laundry?
Part-time from when I was 7, full-time from when I was 12.
We meet Mondays and Thursdays if you're interested.
You a suffragette, Mrs. Elliot?
I consider myself more of a soldier. As Mrs. Pankhurst says, it's deeds, not words, that will get us the vote.
We've identified weaknesses in their ranks. We're hoping one of them will break.
They're saying she's to speak.
This is a deliberate escalation. This has to stop.
For 50 years, we have labored peacefully to secure the vote for women. We've been ridiculed, battered, and ignored.
Punish those responsible, whatever way you can.
All my life, I've done what men told me. Well, I can't have that anymore.
Took my love, took it down.
I incite the women in Britain to rebellion.
Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life?
We break windows. We burn things, because war's the only language men listen to.
Well, I've been afraid of changing.
There's nothing left but to stop you.
Built my
We're in every home, we're half the human race, you can't stop us all.
time makes you bolder, even
You might lose your life before this is over.
I'm getting older too.
We will win.
I take my love, take it down.
Never surrender.
You see
Never give up the fight.
in the snow-covered hills.
Meaning, a woman seeking the right to vote through organized protest. This may not be familiar to each and everyone, but this is very inspiring and motivating. They released this film on October 12, 2015, directed by Sarah Gavron and written by Abby Morgaine, which was based on true events. It was all about fighting for equality and right to vote. This explores the passion and heartbreak of those who risked all they had for women's right to vote, also their jobs, their homes, their children, and even their lives. We will be focusing more on this movie about gender issue and classified as feminism. Is about theoretical film criticism that arises from feminist politics and concentrated on how the public inspect how women delivers the attitude, scenarios, and characters given to them to portray in a particular film in cinema screens. Maud Watts lives with her husband and son. She works in a laundry, a hotbed of deplorable conditions, low wages, and sexual assault. A co-worker named Violet Miller encourages Maud to come to secret meetings run by Edith New and Hug Eileen. On the other hand, Maud's work seems unfocused in comparison. For example, in one scene, Lloyd George informs a gathering of women that the suffrage bill did not pass. The women feel betrayed and shouts of "liar," that all of her works are useless.
Without any change to the suffrage bill. No votes for women, please. No votes.
No, Mr. Lloyd George listens. He took it all down. Sham. Sham. It's a sham.
The movie includes events with the history, hunger strikes, and bombs dropped into mailboxes. A turning point was in 1913, when Emily Wilding Davison stepped out in front of King George galloping horse on Derby Day, a Votes for Women banner in her hand. And was trampled to death. Thousands of people lined the street to watch the funeral procession. The film ends by stating that Emily's funeral was reported around the world, and that certain women over 30 in the UK were given the right to vote in 1918, rights over their children in 1925, and the same voting rights as men in 1928. Every scenario in the movie shows how men degrade, assault, and molested women. Women do not have the right to decide in any ways, and only men has the authority and obligation. Just like in this world today, men do not trust women. They thought of women are weak and has no capabilities to stand and to lead. While in the movie, there are women who stood up and showed what they can do. They proved that a lady can be a legend and can rise up with their own will. While, in the end of the movie, it shouts victory and raised the flags of every woman. A drama that tracks the story of the foot soldiers of the early feminist movement. Women who were forced underground to pursue a dangerous game of cat and mouse with an increasingly brutal state. These women were not primarily from the high educated classes. They were working women who had seen peaceful protests achieve nothing. They were willing to lose everything in their fight for equality. Their jobs, their homes, their children, and their lives. Maud was one such foot soldier. The story of her fight for dignity is as gripping, as visceral as any thriller. It is also heartbreaking and inspirational. For a very quick judgment, the movie Suffragette was really an intense movie. Actors are realistic and they portray the role of their character effectively. The music also reflects the mood of the film or the impact it has on what is happening on the screen. It is supportive and very emotional. Gender equality has a large set of rules that promotes equality with the principle of equal treatment for men and women in the workplace and in access to goods and services. Therefore, a critical aspect of promoting gender equality is the empowerment of women, with a focus on identifying and redressing power imbalances and giving women more autonomy to manage their own lives. Gender equality does not mean that men and women become the same, only that access to opportunities and life changes is neither dependent on nor constrained by their sex. Achieving gender equality requires women's empowerment to ensure that decision-making at private and public levels and access to resources are no longer weighted in men's favor, so that both women and men can fully participate as equal partners in productive and reproductive life.